to an all-new series on podcast Azim Premji University. From Rudyard to Ruskin is a journey into the beautiful and evocative world of flora and fauna around us. I am Aditi, and I'm delighted to review interesting books on nature for you. Today's episode is on animals. Those lovely, sensitive, beautiful, and intelligent beings we share our planet with. So, when you think of animals and you want to learn more about them, where do you go? Do you think of documentaries on wildlife that come on channels? Well, I did that too, until I discovered James Herriot. And once I read his books, I kept asking myself, why did I discover him so late in life? Herriot was a British veterinary surgeon who was a human encyclopedia on animals. See, how intriguing is that? A person who spent his life caring for and working among animals was also the person who wrote about them in the most engaging manner. What a unique combination. So, Herriot has written many books, but the one I have chosen for today's episode is All Creatures, Great and Small. This is a book that captures the first few years of Herriot's professional life, set in rural Yorkshire. Yorkshire is a region in the north of England, and Herriot was fresh out of vet school when he moved to Yorkshire in the 1930s. And his experiences in Yorkshire, good, bad, funny, heartwarming, sad, take you through a range of emotions with the turn of every page. The truth is that Herriot started writing books when he was in his 50s, but the freshness in his writing will make you think that you're reading something that happened only yesterday. The writing is so descriptive, full of flavors. No wonder All Creatures, Great and Small was also made into a television series, which was highly popular. Now, every fresher needs a mentor. So Herriot, the new vet, found a mentor in Siegfried Farnon, a renowned vet from the town of Derby, who had dedicated his life to animals. So, Farnon, like many brilliant scientists, professors and doctors, was the typical absent-minded soul who had a knack for forgetting things. As you can guess, life with such a mentor can only be eventful. Now, Herriot discovered this on his very first day at work, when Farnon sent him off to attend to a cow with a foot injury and yet another cow with an udder problem. Herriot was, of course, full of enthusiasm and eagerness. And he was up for challenges, including the task of driving his boss's car without brakes, because Farnon was, Farnon was forgetful and Herriot too engrossed in the cows and horses, dogs and cats, to even complain. So, is the book only about their animal patients? No. While sketching his encounters with the animals, Herriot also sketched their relationships with their humans. Some of those pages can bring a lump to your throat. If you're the kind who is particularly sensitive to stories of animals and their suffering, keep some tissues handy. One story that moved me to tears was the story of the horseman who didn't want to abandon his 2 old horses or sell them off. You know, many farm animals suffer this fate. They are either abandoned or sold off because they are too old to work and they are viewed as liabilities. So, this horseman in the book gave the 2 horses a home in the pastures and he visited them every week with their favorite treats. Herriot writes about poor farmers who spent their last penny on their working animals. And then there are hilarious episodes where the rich and the privileged risk the life of their pets in the name of pampering them. The book also paints a picture of rural Yorkshire and the society of the 1930s in vivid colours. The agricultural community is the backbone of the book. The farmers, the horsemen, the rusticity of their lives, their barns and farms, their dining tables laden with milk, cheese, and meat, the bleating sheep, the noisy cows and pigs, the frisky dogs, all of them come alive in Herriot's words. It made me yearn for a way of life that is long gone. It made me think of hearty meals with families, festivities, and so on. This brings us to the end of this episode of From Rudyard to Ruskin. The series is a part of podcast Azim Premji University. You can find us on multiple platforms: SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, and others. To know more about Azim Premji University, follow the link below.